Hello! Greetings, everyone, and thank you for being here and tuning into this event. My name is Faith Pramick, and we are streaming from the Embassy of the Free Mind in Amsterdam. It is with great pleasure that I open our conference, Esotericism and the Varieties of Transformation. We've been planning this event for well over a year now, and despite many uncertainties and challenges, this conference has finally come to fruition. We want to thank our sponsors for their generous support. The sponsorship program for the European Society for the Study of Western Esotericism, the Foundation of the History of Hermetic Philosophy and Related Currents, and the Amsterdam University Fund. Many thanks to our conference partner for providing our beautiful venue, the Embassy of the Free Mind, also known as the Rittman Library, the Bibliotheca Philosophica Hermetica, and the House with the Heads. Our live stream captains, Safa and Dennis, the folks behind the curtain, I would fall apart without you. So thank you so much for all of your technical help. And thank you to our moderators for their willingness to take part as well. Though our keynote speaker, Christian Greer, wasn't able to travel here from the States, he's most certainly here in spirit. He's got a great talk prepared and will be joining us virtually here in just a bit. And of course, a world of thanks to our presenters who are here on site and participating online from all over the world. We appreciate your flexibility and humor with the organizational excitement this past year, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your faces and listening to all of our talks. On that note, it is worth mentioning something of our vision for this conference. When we were thinking of options for an event, Misha and I got to discussing what we felt to be a lack of student-only conferences in the field of esotericism studies. We wanted to create a space where students have the opportunity to present their ideas to one another, a chance to get creative and take risks in their research, and to challenge and support each other while doing so. We wanted to foster student community, all the while contributing to the burgeoning fields of studies in esotericism. It was from this desire to create a space by students for students that this conference was conceived. It's my wish that though half of us are online and joining from far and wide, and a handful of us are here, that we can still enjoy each other's company and hopefully leave feeling satisfied, connected, and stimulated. We'll be keeping an eye on the online platform. You can post your questions to the Q&A, and panelists, y'all can specify if you want me to unmute your mic so you can say your question out loud. Otherwise, I'll just read it out for you. And we'll prioritize questions from panelists, but if we have enough time, of course, we'll take questions from the general audience as well. And panelists, please mute your mics when you're not using them. And also, for folks here, when you ask a question or want to say something, we'll bring a mic to you. Otherwise, online people won't be able to hear, just so you know. But it won't amplify, so it's not booming. All right, I'll hand the floor to Misha. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome everybody from my side as well. I'm also very excited to be here today, and this is finally happening. As Faith already said, it's not been the easiest thing to accomplish in these times, but I'm very happy that we've finally made it, both online and off. And I'm looking forward to all the fascinating sounding papers that we'll hear over the next 2 days. So, some words on the background of this conference. The name Esotericism and the Varieties of Transformation is obviously a nod to William James's classic, The Varieties of Religious Experience, which is kind of serendipitous because we'll also have some discussion of James's notions of transformation during this conference. But why the theme of transformation? On a conceptual level, this was one of the themes that popped up while Faith and myself were brainstorming different ideas for a student conference. Transformation seemed both wide enough to be able to accommodate many different topics in the study of esotericism, and narrow enough to be able to unify diverse research under a category that seems, at least, to be a central motif in the study of, in the history of esotericism. After all, Antoine Febvre's famous typological definition of esotericism includes the experience of transmutation as one of what he calls its intrinsic characteristics. And while Febvre's typology is certainly up for debate and has been criticized for many years, it nonetheless compels us to ask whether there might actually be something inherently transformative about esotericism itself. Our hope is that this conference will stimulate further reflection in this regard and perhaps allow us to determine possible patterns behind esoteric worldviews, which might shine some light on the prevalence of this motif. On a purely pragmatic level, we thought the theme of transformation would also be wide enough to allow students to tailor their current research to the needs of this conference. As I did myself, I have to admit. Because, Faith, as Faith already said, one of the main motivations for organizing this was not only to explore the theme of transformation, but also to foster community and interaction between students in esotericism studies internationally. And so we wanted to allow as many students as possible to participate in the event. So what are the different phases of transformation in the history of esotericism? We could obviously look at alchemy and its ideas of transmutation, and also its myriad kind of metaphorical uses in literature, art, psychology, or philosophy. We could look at European Renaissance notions of human deification, ideas of ascending the metaphysical ladder and transforming oneself into an angel or God. We could look at sexual cultures of esotericism and how individuals have attempted to transform themselves by engaging in esoteric sexual practices, at the same time challenging normative notions of gender. We could look at practices of radical consciousness alteration by using drugs or other techniques of ecstasy. Or on a more meta level, we could explore the role notions of transformation have played in esoteric movements, sociologically, anthropologically, or from other perspectives, vis-a-vis questions of individual self-perception, social status, power structures, so on and so forth. So all these examples are a fraction of what could be talked about or explored under the theme of transformation. And I'm happy that we can expect presentations that will surprise and enrich us in this regard. I'm really looking forward to all the papers, and I'm also wishing everyone an informative, educational, but also entertaining 2 days. Thank you.